Think about it this way. Day trading is the Wild West of the financial world. Most people say you need a small fortune to get started, but what if I told you that's just not true? Sound familiar? The reality is, with the right strategy and mindset, you can start trading with as little as $100. But here's the thing, most traders fail because they are in way over their heads. Ever wondered why? They underestimate the risks, overestimate their skills. Well, I'm here to change that. In this video, we'll show you exactly how much money you need to start day trading and what it takes to succeed. So, you're thinking of getting into day trading, huh? Well, the question on everyone's mind is, how much money do I need to start? Here's the thing. It's not as simple as just throwing money at a screen. Day trading has been around since the 1990s, when online trading platforms made it possible for anyone to buy and sell stocks with just a few clicks. And now, with the rise of social media and YouTube, the idea that you can start day trading with little to no money has become a kind of myth. Sound familiar? Ever wondered why this concept exists? Day trading is like trying to catch a wave. You need enough momentum to ride it out, but if you're too far off, you'll wipe out. The amount of money you start with determines how much risk you can take and still have a chance to win. Think about it this way. Imagine you're playing a game where the goal is to reach the end of the board without going over. If you only have $100, you can only afford to move 1 or 2 spaces at a time. But if you had more money, you could take bigger risks and potentially score a lot more. Now here's what most people miss. They think having more money means you can day trade more, but it actually means you can handle more risk. Money is just the first step. The biggest misconception people have about day trading is that it requires a huge upfront investment to get started. Think about it this way. Most day traders start with an amount that feels small, but actually allows them to trade consistently and learn as they go. For example, some successful traders began with just $100. It's not about the amount of money you have, but rather how you use it. The key is finding a balance between risking too much and not enough. So what does that mean for you? Let's dive into the next insight. All right, let's dive into the mechanics of day trading. Here's the thing, it's not just about having a lot of money to start with. Think about it this way, most people think you need a fortune to get started, but what if I told you that's not true? With the right strategy and mindset, you can start trading with as little as $100. But how does it work? Well, day traders typically use leverage to amplify their positions. They'll often open multiple trades at once, hoping to capture small profits on each one. The goal is to beat the market's average return, not to try to win every single trade. Ever wondered why some people make more money than others in this game? Meet Sarah, a part-time teacher with a passion for trading. She starts with just $100 and opens an account at Fidelity. She begins by researching Etsy stocks, like Etsy Inc. Sound familiar? She's looking for companies with strong online presence and growth potential. After months of monitoring the market, she decides to buy 5 shares of Etsy for $23 each. The stock plummets to $18 within hours, but Sarah doesn't panic. She lets her disciplined strategy take over, waiting for the right moment to sell at a profit. In less than a week, her $100 investment turns into $150. What if I told you this is just the beginning? Here's the thing about day trading. Most people think you need to have $1 million to start, but successful traders know that's just not true. What if I told you it all starts with risk management? It sounds simple, but most people miss this crucial aspect. Think about it, without proper risk management, even $100 can become your worst nightmare. But when done right, that same $100 can be a game changer. So what does that mean for you? It means you need to focus on the psychology of trading more than just the numbers. Learn how to control those emotions. Think about it this way. When you're day trading on a tight budget, most people start with small amounts of money, like $100, for example. But what if I told you that's actually a pretty common approach for some traders? They use micro-cap stocks or penny stocks to make big gains in short periods. The key is to find the right trade. One example that comes to mind is John Carter, who started with just $500 and made over 300% in profit within his first year. He used algorithmic trading strategies to automate his trades. Ever wondered why some traders can make so much money on a small amount of capital? By the way, if you want to go deeper on this topic, I've linked some resources in the description below, including Personal Capital, which I personally recommend. In this section, we explore common mistakes and pitfalls as it relates to how much money do you need to start day trading. This is one of the most important aspects of understanding this topic fully. Many people overlook this dimension, but once you grasp it, everything else becomes much clearer. Let's take a closer look at what this really means and why it matters for you and for anyone interested in this subject. The insights here can genuinely change how you think about how much money do you need to start day trading and how you approach it going forward. All right, let's dive into some practical tips for getting started with day trading. Think about it this way: having a solid strategy is more important than the amount of money you have. Here's what most people miss. They focus on the initial capital required to start trading without considering the bigger picture. Now here's where it gets interesting. Now I know what you're thinking: how can I get started? Well, next week, check out my video on Day Trading 101 for a beginner's guide. And here's where it gets interesting. We'll dive deeper into the psychology of day trading. What if I told you that the most successful traders are those who can stay calm under pressure? So what does that mean for you? Subscribe to our channel for more insights and take control of your financial future.